Quote, from A Course in Miracles, the memory of God comes to the quiet mind. It cannot come where there is conflict, for a mind at war against itself remembers not eternal gentleness. What you remember is a part of you. For you must be as God created you. Let all this madness be undone for you, and turn in peace to the remembrance of God still shining in your quiet mind. It's about remembering our origination. I committed this passage to memory many years ago, and I use it as a way to remember who I truly am and where I really came from, particularly when I communicate with my Creator to stay on purpose and in spirit. Now I'd like to go through each of the messages in this observation from A Course in Miracles one by one. Number 1, the memory of God comes to the quiet mind. We came from a quiet, peaceful place. That's the very essence of creation. So, when our mind is filled with noisy dialogue, we shut out the possibility of remembering our spirit. Incessant chatter keeps us attached to the physical world and produces anxiety, stress, fear, worry, and so many of the emotional reactions that are decidedly removed from God realization. We must minimize distractions when we wish to communicate with God. So being in nature away from the artificial noises that invade our space is helpful. But the most important thing to consider is how to keep our mind free from the dizzying, bewildering cascade of thoughts flowing through our head from morning till night and even on into our dream state. It's been estimated that we have something like 60,000 separate thoughts every day. The real problem is that we have the same 60,000 thoughts today that we had yesterday. I've made the practice of meditation a part of my daily life because it's one way to quiet the mind so that the memory of God is accessible. So by learning to meditate, or at the very least shutting down the inner dialogue produced, directed, and acted upon by your ego, you can open up a space for remembering and returning to spirit. 2, it cannot come where there is conflict. In order for conflict to exist, there must be two opposing forces at work. That is, one force in the form of an idea, a point of view, a desire, or a contribution directly clashes with another. Conflict defines our lives in many ways as we oppose our partners, our children, our bosses, our neighbors, and even our countries. In politics, it's always one party versus the other, and the entertainment industry portrays battling points of view that are usually turned into violent scenes. Essentially, conflict requires twists. However, remembering where we came from involves our returning to the oneness of being in spirit. After all, there are no battling powers in the divine realm of spirit. There's only perfect oneness, and this is what we want to rejoin. We want to become one again with our Creator, and we can't retrieve this memory of God with a mind in conflict in any way. 3. Or a mind at war against itself remembers not eternal gentleness. The second part of this teaching from A Course in Miracles reinforces that a combative mind cannot remember where it once resided in eternal gentleness. Obviously, you can't wage war and simultaneously focus on peace and gentleness. And it is eternal gentleness that you want to remember and rejoin. It's really quite simple to do this. Just close down the battlefield and surrender. Remove all of the artillery, send the soldiers home, and replace the instruments of war in your mind with thoughts of peace, tranquility, and surrender. Making your mind a place of peace is achieved by your own will. So steadfastly refusing to have thoughts of conflict allows you to activate the glory of remembering your spirit for. The fourth part of this quote, what you remember is a part of you. Every memory I have is me. What a glorious feeling it is to know this. We each have the power to retrieve any piece of ourselves that we desire and to experience it right here, right now in this present moment. The great Danish theologian Søren Kierkegaard once observed that life can only be understood backwards, but it must be lived forwards. In other words, if we can't go back and remember the spiritual bliss that defined us before the beginning, we've really abandoned a part of ourselves. As we move into communion with God, we must know that our inability to remember our spiritual origins is another way of really saying, quote, I'm unable to know myself because I have no recollection or memory of my spirit, unquote. In fact, the corollary of this line from A Course in Miracles that we're processing right now would be what you don't remember is not a part of you. In other words, if we fail to remember spirit, then obviously it isn't a part of us. And 5, for you must be as God created you. As you communicate with your source of being, know that you're awakening a part of yourself that's just like God. In fact, you ought to try to approach communication with God by being as closely aligned to the way that you were created as possible. That is, by becoming a vibrational match to the all-loving Creator. Come to the quiet moments in consultation with God in love, in peace, and without judgment. As A Course in Miracles is saying, you must be as you were created. So why put on a false mask and pretend to be anything or anyone else? In this way, you can open the channel of communication because you finally remembered to be the way you were created, and that's the key to effective prayer. And as Gandhi once said, prayer is not an old woman's idle amusement. Properly understood and applied, it's the most potent instrument of action. And 6, let all this madness be undone for you, and turn in peace to the remembrance of God still shining in your quiet mind. Let's take the 3 suggestions in this teaching one at a time. First, A Course says, let this madness be undone. The madness here is that of living in a state of conflict. In other words, we must make an attempt to transcend the dichotomies of our life, because the division creates so much suffering and keeps us from living an inspired life. I remember a Ramdas lecture in which he said, I firmly come to the conclusion that there are no them for me anymore. I can't be told who to hate, who to fight, who to subdue. I only see in us in my heart. All those messages to divvy up our world are insane. All our self-centeredness just drives our ego's insatiable appetite for making us special and putting other people down. The Course encourages us to be done with this madness once and for all, both in our minds and in our actions. And second, we're told to turn in peace to the remembrance of God. Once again, we know in our heart that we came from a place of peace, so any discord can't be the result of our Creator's actions. God cannot come to us when we pray from non-peace. So the solution is to return to the remembrance of Him and ask to be made an instrument of His peace. When I find myself out of sorts, I remember, and what I remember is to turn to peace right now in prayer. I become peace rather than anguish, and I feel the calmness I long for come over me like a wave of pleasurable relief. There is a power within you that has been waiting, watching, knowing the perfect moment to reveal itself. You have walked through trials, through moments of doubt, through the silence where it seemed as if nothing was happening. But what you do not see is that everything has been moving in divine order. You are on the edge of something magnificent, something beyond your imagination, and all that is required of you is to believe life is not random. The events that unfold before you are not accidents. Every moment, every situation, every delay has been preparing you. What you once called obstacles were never there to stop you. They were there to shape you. The waiting has not been in vain. The stillness was not emptiness. It was in those moments that the foundation was being laid for the miracle that is about to unfold. You must now walk in certainty, not with a heart that plays, but with a heart that knows. You are not hoping for a miracle. You are stepping into it. Your faith is not in what the eyes see, but in what the soul knows. If you can hold the vision, if you can feel the joy before it arrives, if you can live in the assurance that it is already done, then life must rearrange itself to reflect this truth. Everything that seemed impossible, every door that appeared closed, every setback that made you question your path, it was all leading to this moment. The time has come for divine intervention, for the unfolding of that which was always yours. The forces of the universe are aligning, moving, shifting because you have aligned within. The power was never outside of you. It has always been waiting for you to recognize it, to claim it, to trust it. Your only task now is to prepare your heart, not with worry, not with doubt, but with gratitude. Speak as if it is already yours. Walk as if you are already living in the blessing. Love as if you are already whole. Do not wait for proof. Become the proof. The greatest miracles do not come to those who question. They come to those who expect, who receive, who know that God is about to do something extraordinary. Everything has been set in motion. Nothing can stop what is meant for you. The moment you surrender fear and Embrace certainty. You step into the realm where the impossible becomes reality. It is done. It is yours. Now watch as the miracle unfolds. There is a shift happening in the unseen. It is moving in ways that your physical eyes cannot yet perceive, but your spirit knows. It is a knowing so deep, so undeniable that even when circumstances seem unchanged, you can feel it in the air. You can sense the arrival of something miraculous. It is not a wish, not a vague hope, but a divine certainty. You have prayed, you have believed, and now the answer is making it to you not in fragments, not in small portions, but in abundance. You are standing at the threshold of something extraordinary. All the waiting, all the longing, all the times you whispered in the silence, wondering if God had forgotten you, were never ignored. Every word was heard, every tear was seen, every desire planted in your heart was known before you even spoke it, and now the manifestation is near. There are forces beyond your comprehension moving on your behalf. You are being positioned, aligned, placed exactly where you need to be. You are not being left behind. You are being prepared for something that exceeds your greatest expectations. Do not look at the past to define what is possible. Do not measure the future by the limitations of what has already been. What is coming to you is not something you have seen before. It is not the repetition of what you have already experienced. It is new. It is divine. It is greater than anything you could have imagined. The mind will try to understand it, but this is beyond understanding. This is a season where faith must take the lead, where trust must go before sight, where you must act as if you have already received, because in truth you have. Everything is energy, everything is vibration, and what you align with you attract. Your belief is the key. You cannot wish for a miracle while holding on to fear. You cannot expect abundance while speaking in lack. You cannot step into the new while clinging to the old. This is the moment. Release, to surrender all doubt, to rid yourself of every thought that says you are not worthy, not ready, not capable. Those were lies, illusions that kept you bound to a reality that no longer serves you. But now you are stepping into something higher, something destined. The chains are falling off. The past is losing its grip. The door that was once locked is opening wide, not because you forced it, but because you aligned yourself with the truth that it was always meant to open for you. There are people being moved into your path, opportunities rearranging themselves to meet you at the perfect time. Everything is converging into this moment. The doubts that tried to shake you will no longer have power. The delays that once frustrated you will now reveal their purpose. What seemed like rejection was actually divine redirection. What you thought was lost was actually preparation for something greater. You are not forgotten. You are not overlooked. You are at the center of something magnificent, and the forces of heaven are working to bring it to pass. Your only task now is to receive, to stand in a state of gratitude, to move as though the promise is already fulfilled. Speak words of faith and expectation. If you knew without a doubt that the miracle was coming tomorrow, how would you feel today? If you knew that everything you prayed for was already done, how would you carry yourself? That is the posture you must hold. Not desperation, not worry, but certainty. When you walk in faith, heaven moves. When you stand in confidence, the universe bends to accommodate your belief. You were never meant to struggle for blessings. You were never meant to chase after what is already yours. The moment you shift your awareness, the moment you step into the knowing. Life must respond. You do not need to convince God to bless you. The blessings have already been assigned to you. You do not need to beg for what is already yours. You need only to recognize it, to accept it, to make room for it. That is the secret. You must make space in your mind, in your heart. In your life, if you are still holding on to the old, there is no room for the new. If you are still replaying past disappointments, you are not in position to receive what is ahead. Release it. Release the need to understand everything. Release the habit of overthinking. Release the timeline you created in your mind. Divine timing is perfect, and it does not conform to human logic. It moves in ways that are beyond comprehension, but always with precision, always at the exact moment when you are ready to receive. You may not feel ready, but God knows when you are. You may think you need more time, more preparation, more signs, but that is the illusion of the mind. The moment you accept that it is done, it is done. The only thing that has ever been between you and the miracle is the belief that it was separate from you. The truth is it was never apart from you. It has always been within you, waiting for you to see it, to claim it, to know that it was yours all along. There will be moments when the world will try to distract you. The physical realm will still show signs of the old, the remnants of what once was, but do not be deceived by appearances. Reality is shifting beneath the surface. Just because you do not see it yet does not mean it is not happening. Just because the evidence has not appeared does not mean the miracle is not already in motion. This is where trust must become your foundation. You must believe in the unseen more than you believe in what your eyes show you. Nothing can stop what has been set in motion. No force, no obstacle, no delay can prevent what has been divinely ordained for you. The miracle is already unfolding. The blessing is already here. It is not far away. It is not distant. It is here now. In this moment, you are stepping into it. With every breath, with every thought, with every declaration of faith, speak as if it is done. Walk as if you already hold it in your hands. Rejoice as if the doors have already opened. That is how you bring it forth. The only thing that could ever delay it is doubt, but even doubt has no real power. It is merely a shadow, an illusion that disappears the moment you shine the light of faith upon it. You have come too far to turn back now. You have seen too much, experienced too much to question whether miracles are real. They are, and they are happening for you, not just for others, not just in distant places, but for you here now in this very moment. Do not let your mind tell you that you are not ready. Do not let fear whisper lies that say you are unworthy. The blessing has already been assigned to you. It is your name on it. It has been written into the fabric of your destiny. It is not a matter of if, it is a matter of when, and the when is now. Something is shifting, something is breaking through, the waiting is over, the miracle is here. You have stepped into a new reality, one where all things are possible, one where faith moves mountains, one where the impossible becomes inevitable. Nothing can stop what has been set in motion. It is already done. It is already yours. Now simply watch as it appears before your eyes. You are standing at the threshold of something divine, something beyond human comprehension. Every delay, every struggle, every unanswered prayer was not a denial. It was a preparation. It was life aligning itself perfectly so that when the blessing arrived, you would be ready to receive it fully. You have not been forgotten. You have not been overlooked. Something has been moving in the unseen, working together in perfect harmony to bring forth the very thing your heart has been calling for, and now it is here. The shift is happening. The breakthrough is near. The miracle has already been set in motion. It is no longer time to wonder if it will happen. It is time to know that it is already happening. You are not separate from the blessing. You are one with it. The only thing that has ever stood between you and its manifestation was the illusion that you had to struggle to receive it. That illusion is fading now. The old beliefs that told you that you were unworthy, that you had to earn the favor of God, that you had wait endlessly without evidence, those beliefs are dissolving into nothingness. The truth has always been simple. The moment you believe it is done, it is done. The moment you decide to receive, it appears before you. Look around you, not with physical eyes, but with the eyes of your spirit. What do you see? Do you see lack, struggle, delay, or do you see the unseen forces aligning in your favor? Do you see divine hands moving behind the scenes, orchestrating a perfect symphony where every note plays at the right time? What you see inwardly is what will manifest outwardly. You must see yourself already walking in the blessing. You must feel the joy of it before it arrives. You must embody the victory before it is revealed. That is the key. That is the secret. Everything that once held you back is crumbling. The doubts, the fears, the false narratives that said you could never rise beyond your past, they are losing their grip. You are being lifted into a new dimension of faith, one where miracles are not rare occurrences but a way of life, one where the extraordinary becomes ordinary, one where you no longer hope for blessings but expect them as a natural result of your belief. You are shifting, evolving, stepping into your divine inheritance. There is no more room for hesitation. No more room for second guessing. You have spent enough time waiting, questioning, wondering. Now is the time to claim it. Now is the time to walk as if you already hold it in your hands. No force in existence can withhold what is rightfully yours. It has already been written. It has already been prepared. All that remains is for you to step into alignment with it. There is nothing standing in your way. The obstacles you once perceived were never real. They were reflections of your past beliefs, illusions designed to test your faith, to strengthen your knowing, but now the illusion is gone. Now you see clearly. Now you understand that the moment you choose to receive, life has no choice but to respond. Take a deep breath and feel the shift. Feel the energy of miraculous surrounding you. It is here. It is happening now. You are stepping into a new reality, one where blessings flow effortlessly, one where divine timing unfolds with precision, one where what once seemed impossible is now inevitable. The miracle has already arrived. The only thing left to do is embrace it. It is done. It is yours. Now watch as it unfolds before your eyes. Everything in your life is shifting right now. Even if you cannot yet see it with your physical eyes, the unseen is more real than the seen. The foundation of your miracle was never in the hands of the world. It was always in your belief, your willingness to trust, your ability to let go of doubt and step into the certainty that what you have asked for is already moving toward you. There has never been a moment when you were separated from the promise. There has never been a time when God was not working on your behalf. Every moment of waiting was not wasted. It was a divine orchestration ensuring that the right doors would open at the right time. Feel this truth in your spirit. Let it settle deep within you. There is nothing missing. There is nothing lacking. The miracle is already formed, already completed in the invisible. Now it is unfolding. Now it is coming into form. It is appearing right before your eyes. This is not a dream. This is not a distant possibility. It is real. It is happening, and nothing can stop it from manifesting in your life. Everything that once seemed impossible is bending, shifting, aligning to make way for the promise, the people, the resources, the opportunities, the unexpected breakthroughs. They are all being positioned perfectly. The pieces are falling into place in ways you could never have orchestrated on your own. That is why you were told to trust. That is why you were told to surrender. Not because you were being denied, but because you were being prepared for something greater than what you even imagined. Look within yourself now. Do you feel the shift? Do you feel the heaviness lifting? Do you feel the weight of doubt and fear dissolving? That is because you are stepping into a new dimension, one where miracles are not just possible but inevitable, one where you no longer hope for blessings, you expect them, one where you no longer question if you are worthy, you know you are. Everything that once made you feel small is fading away. Everything that once made you feel separate from your dreams is losing its power over you. The old version of you that struggled, that doubted, that questioned whether God had forgotten you, that version no longer exists. You are standing in the fullness of your faith. Now you are walking in, knowing that you are divinely supported, divinely guided, divinely favored, and because you know this, everything in your life is beginning to reflect it. The shift is not coming, it is here. The breakthrough is not on its way, it has arrived. The moment you accepted it, it became real. This is the moment everything changes. This is the moment you step out of waiting and into receiving. The delay was never a denial. It was a divine setup. What is about to unfold will leave no room for doubt. What is about to manifest will be so undeniable that even those who once questioned your faith will have no choice but to see the hand of God upon your life. The doors that were once closed will swing open effortlessly. The situations that seemed impossible will resolve in your favor. The opportunities you thought had passed you by will return with greater blessings attached. Everything is working together for your good, even the things that seemed unfair, the things that broke you, the things that made you question whether you would ever rise again. They were all necessary. They were all part of the preparation. Without them, you would not be standing here ready to receive what is coming. The pain was not wasted. The struggles were not pointless. They were refining you, strengthening you, molding you into the person who could carry the blessing that is about to be poured into your life. Now, there is nothing left to do but receive. There is nothing left to do but stand firm in your faith and know that it is already done. The path has been cleared. The way has been made. The miracle is not coming. It is here. And now the only thing left to do is to give thanks, to stand in awe of what has already been prepared for you, to watch as the divine plan unfolds in ways that exceed your greatest expectation. You are ready. It is time. The promise is fulfilled. You have been chosen for this moment, this divine moment when everything is aligning perfectly for your life's next great chapter. Every part of your journey, every setback, every challenge has been part of a Bigger plan, you were never alone in this process, even when it seemed like the world was silent. Every prayer, every whisper of faith, every tear you shed, all of it was being heard and seen. The universe, the divine God himself, has been moving in ways you could not even imagine, preparing things. Behind the scenes, your faith has already created the path for the miracle you are about to experience. You may have spent years wondering why things were taking so long. You may have questioned your own worth, your own ability to receive what you have been asking for, but you were never wrong in your faith. You were never wrong in holding on to the belief that something greater was meant for you. All that waiting, all that trusting was not in vain. It was your preparation. It was the time needed for your spirit to expand, for your belief to deepen, for your heart to align with what is about to manifest. This moment is so much bigger than you. It's not just about your personal blessings. It's about the testimony you are about to have. What God is about to do for you is not just for you. It's to show the world what faith in the unseen can bring. It's to show the world that when you align with your higher purpose, when you trust the divine process, miracles happen. You will be the walking evidence that the impossible can become possible. You will be the living proof that no matter what the circumstances may look like, God's plan always prevails. All of the doubt, all of the disbelief, all of the negative experiences you've encountered were simply preparation. They were the final test before the breakthrough. The devil wants to shake your faith to make you doubt the promise, to convince you that you've been forgotten. But the truth is this: God's promises are never empty. They are never false. When he speaks, it is done. And now you are standing in the moment where what he spoke over you is about to come to pass in a way that will blow your mind. Take a deep breath and allow yourself to feel the truth of this. The miracle has been set in motion, and it's already on its way. You don't have to work for it. You don't have to struggle for it. You simply have to accept it. You simply have to open your heart to receive the abundance that's being poured into your life. The blessings you've been asking for are not far off. They are not distant. They are right here in this moment, ready to be revealed. The shift in your life is already happening. Your circumstances, your finances, your relationships, your health, they are all about to transform. Things that once seemed impossible are about to come into your reality. You will look back on this moment and see how perfectly everything aligned. You will see how every challenge, every disappointment, every delay was part of the preparation to bring you to this point. And when the miracle comes, you will not be surprised. You will be in awe, but you will also understand that it was always meant to be. You've carried this promise in your heart for so long, and now it's about to manifest. The time for your breakthrough has arrived. Your faith has opened the door, and now you are walking into the fullness of what you've been praying for. You are stepping into a new season where miracles flow freely, where blessings come without effort, and where the impossible becomes your new reality. This is your moment to shine. This is your time to step into the fullness of your potential. This is the time when everything you've been praying for will manifest in ways you could never have imagined. Your faith is the key that has unlocked the door to your miracle, and now you will experience a life of abundance like never before. You are ready for it. You are more than capable of handling it, and it will not just change your life. It will change the lives of those around you. Don't doubt it. Don't second guess it. The miracle is not coming tomorrow. It is already here. You are already walking in the manifestation of your desires. The universe is aligning with your faith, and everything you've hoped for is coming into form. The love, the money, the success, the peace, the joy. You are stepping into it all right now. The doors are opening. The opportunities are flooding in, and the favor of God is upon you. The time for your breakthrough is now. You are ready for it. You are ready to receive it. Understand that the process of waiting wasn't about punishment. It was about preparation. It was about getting you to the point where you could receive what was already yours. Now you are ready to take hold of your miracle and watch it unfold in the most magnificent way. What was once far off is now right in front of you. What was once out of reach is now within your grasp. As you stand in this moment, embrace it. Let go of the fear. Let go of the doubt. Let go of the disbelief. Trust that what God has prepared for you is bigger, better, and more beautiful than you ever imagined. And when the miracle manifests, don't be surprised. Be grateful. Be thankful. But know in your heart that this was always meant to be. Your faith has brought you here, and now the time has come for you to receive everything you've asked for. Remember, there is no delay in the divine plan. It has been unfolding exactly as it should. It is not just a coincidence that you are Hearing this now, it is a confirmation that your miracle is near. It is a sign that the door is about to open and everything you've prayed for is coming your way. You are not waiting for a miracle. You are living in it. You are walking in it. You are the miracle. Believe it. Receive it. It's already done. The shift has already happened. The miracle is already in motion. Now all you need to do is step into it. You are entering a season where the things you've prayed for are no longer distant hopes, but tangible manifestations that are taking shape right before your very eyes. It may feel like it's been a long journey, and it's true. Many of you have felt the weight of time and the struggles of waiting, but understand this, the time was necessary. It was a time to refine your faith, to deepen your understanding, and to prepare you for the blessing that was always meant for you. You see, the delay was never a denial. God never said no to you. What you have been waiting for has been in process. Every moment of waiting was preparing you to receive what you had asked for. But more importantly, it was preparing you to receive it in the right way, at the right time, and in perfect form. The path that was carved for your miracle had to be just right so that you would not only be ready to receive it, but you would also be able to carry it and appreciate it fully when it came. And now you are at the threshold of your breakthrough. You may not be able to see it yet with your physical eyes, but in your spirit you can feel it. You can feel the excitement, the anticipation, and the assurance that something is on its way. And it's not just any ordinary blessing. It's a life-changing miracle. What God has in store for you is beyond what you can comprehend, beyond your wildest dreams. It is something so extraordinary that when it comes, it will change the entire trajectory of your life. You may have once doubted that your dreams were even possible. You may have wondered if you were worthy of such blessings. You may have been told by others that it was too late, or that you were asking for too much. But the truth is, God's plans for you were never limited by time or space. They were never dependent on what the world said was possible. What God has prepared for you is not subject to human limitation. When He says it's your time, and now it's your time. You're about to step into a season of unimaginable blessings, a season where the impossible becomes not only possible, but your new reality. Look around you. Even if your current circumstances still seem a little cloudy, know that things are already shifting in the unseen. The moment you align your faith with the understanding that your miracle is on its way, the universe starts to move. Things begin to work together for your good, and everything you've been hoping for starts to fall into place in ways that are far beyond your comprehension. The doors you thought were shut forever will suddenly swing wide open. The opportunities you once thought had passed you by will come back in even greater measure. Do not be afraid of what is about to unfold. It is natural to feel some level of nervousness or doubt, especially when things begin to change. But remember, change is the sign that God is working. The shift is a sign that the miracle is being birthed. You are in the midst of a divine transformation, and everything that was once impossible is becoming possible. You've worked hard for this. You've prayed for this, and now it's time for you to step into the fullness of what's already been made available to you. One of the greatest things you can do right now is to remain in a posture of gratitude. Gratitude is the key that unlocks the door to even more blessings. Gratitude is the currency of the divine. When you express gratitude for what you have, for what is coming, and for the journey that has brought you to this moment, you open up the floodgates of heaven. Everything that you have believed for and worked toward is about to manifest, and the more grateful you are, the faster it will come. Remember, your miracle is not just about what you see with your natural eyes. It is about what you believe in your heart. When you begin to live as if what you have asked for is already yours, when you walk in the confidence of knowing that the blessing is already on its way, you activate the divine law of attraction. You begin to draw those blessings closer. You begin to move in alignment with the universe, with God's divine timing, and you start to see things unfold at a pace that will amaze you. The truth is that your miracle is already completed in the spiritual realm. What you are about to experience is simply the manifestation of something that already exists in the unseen. The plans, the promises, the blessings, they are already prepared. It is your faith that will bring them into your physical world. Your ability to believe in the unseen, to trust that what you have asked for is already done, is what makes the miracle possible. Let go of the need to control how it will happen. Let go of the need to figure it all out. Your miracle is not limited by your understanding. You do not need to know how it is going to happen, or when it is going to happen, or who will be involved. You only need to trust that it is happening. You only need to believe that God is working behind the scenes, orchestrating everything in perfect timing. The miracle you have been waiting for is already in motion, and now it is about to manifest in the most beautiful, unexpected ways. Look at your life from a place of knowing that everything is working together for your good. Your thoughts, your words, your actions, they are all aligning with the divine flow. You have planted seeds of faith, and now those seeds are sprouting and growing, producing a harvest that will blow your mind. The opportunities that once seemed out of reach are now coming into your grasp. The relationships that you thought were lost are being restored. A quote from A Course in Miracles: "The memory of God comes to a mind that is calm. It can't come when there is fighting. A mind at war with itself does not remember eternal gentleness. What you remember is a part of who you are." Because God made you that way, let all of this craziness go away for you, and then turn to the memory of God, which is still shining in your quiet mind. It's about remembering where we came from. I memorized this passage a long time ago, and I use it to remind myself of who I am and where I came from, especially when I talk to my Creator to stay on track and in spirit. I would like to now go through each of the messages in this observation from A Course in Miracles one by one. First, the memory of God comes to a mind that is calm. We came from a calm and peaceful place. That's what creation is all about. So when our minds are full of loud conversations, we can't remember our spirit. Constant talking keeps us connected to the physical world and makes us feel anxious, stressed, scared, worried, and many other emotions that are not at all related to realizing God. When we want to talk to God, we need to cut down on distractions. Being in nature, away from the fake sounds that bother us, is good for us. But the most important thing to think about is how to keep our minds clear of the dizzying, confusing stream of thoughts that runs through our heads from morning to night, and even into our dreams. It is thought that we have about 60,000 different thoughts every day. The real issue is that we still have the same 60,000 thoughts today that we did yesterday. Meditation is something I do every day because it helps me calm my mind so I can remember God. So, by learning to meditate, or at least shutting down the voice in your head that your ego makes, controls, and acts on, you can make room for remembering and returning to spirit. 2. It can't come when there is conflict. There must be two opposing forces at work for conflict to happen. In other words, one force, like an idea, a point of view, a desire, or a contribution, directly conflicts with another. Conflict shapes our existence as we contend with our partners, children, employers, neighbors, and even nations. In politics, one party is always against the other. In movies and TV shows, people with different points of view fight, which often leads to violent scenes. In short, conflict needs twists. But to remember where we came from, we need to go back to being one with spirit. In the divine realm of spirit, there are no powers that are fighting each other. There is only perfect oneness, and this is what we want to join again. We want to be one with the person who made us again, and we can't get this memory of God back when our minds are at odds. 3. Or a mind at war with itself does not remember eternal gentleness. The second part of this lesson from A Course in Miracles says again that a mind that is fighting can't remember where it used to live in eternal gentleness. It's clear that you can't fight a war and also think about peace and kindness at the same time, and you want to remember and join in on eternal kindness. This is really easy to do. Just give up and close the battlefield, take away all the weapons, send the soldiers home, and replace the thoughts of war with thoughts of peace, calm, and giving up. You can make your mind a peaceful place by your own will. By refusing to think about conflict, you can activate the glory of remembering your spirit. 4. The fourth part of this quote says that what you remember is a part of you. I am every memory I have. This makes me feel so good. We can each take back any part of ourselves that we want and feel it right now in this moment. The famous Danish theologian Søren Kierkegaard once said that we can only understand life by looking back on it, but we have to live it forward. In other words, if we can't remember the spiritual bliss that made us who we are before the beginning, we've really lost a part of ourselves. As we enter into communion with God, we must recognize that our failure to recall our spiritual origins signifies, in essence, I cannot know myself due to a lack of recollection of my spirit. Unquote. This line from A Course in Miracles that we're working on right now means that what you don't remember isn't a part of you. If we don't remember spirit, then it clearly isn't a part of us. And 5, you have to be who God made you to be. When you talk to your source of being, Remember that you are waking up a part of yourself that is just like God. You should actually try to talk to God in a way that is as close to how you were made as possible. That is by matching the frequency of the all-loving Creator. Spend quiet time with God in love, peace, and without judging. You have to be who you are, just like the Course and Miracles say. So why wear a fake mask and act like you're someone or something else? You can now communicate because you remembered to be the way you were made, and that's the secret to praying well. As Gandhi once said, prayer is not something that old women do for fun. When used and understood correctly, it's the most powerful tool for action. And 6, let all of this craziness go away for you and turn in peace to the memory of God that is still shining in your quiet mind. Let's go through the 3 suggestions in this lesson one by one. First, a Course says, stop this craziness. The insanity here is living in a state of conflict. We need to try to go beyond the divisions in our lives because they cause so much pain and keep us from living an inspired life. I remember a Ramdas lecture where he said, I am sure that there are no them for me anymore. I can't be told who to hate, who to fight, or who to control. In my heart, I only see us. It's crazy how many messages there are to split up our world. Our selfishness only feeds our ego's need to make us feel special and put others down. The Course tells us to put an end to this craziness once and for all, both in our minds and in what we do. And second, we're told to remember God in peace. We know in our hearts that we came from a peaceful place again, so any disagreement can't be because of what our Creator did. When we pray from a place of non-peace, God cannot come to us. So the answer is to remember Him and ask to be a tool of His peace. When I'm feeling down, I remember, and what I remember is to pray for peace right now. I become peace instead of pain, and I feel the calmness I want wash over me like a wave of pleasure. There is a power inside you that has been waiting, watching, and knowing when to show itself. You have been through hard times, times when you weren't sure what was going to happen, and times when it seemed like nothing was happening, but what you don't see is that everything has been happening in God's perfect order. You are on the verge of something amazing, something you can't even imagine. You just have to believe. Life is not random. Things that happen to you are not random. Every second, every situation, every delay has been getting you ready. The things you thought were in your way were never really there to stop you. They were there to make you who you are. The wait was not for nothing. The stillness wasn't empty. During those times, the groundwork was being laid for the miracle that was about to happen. You must now walk with a heart that knows, not with a heart that plays. You don't want a miracle to happen. You're going into it. You don't believe what your eyes see. You believe what your soul knows. Life must change to reflect this truth if you can hold the vision. Feel the joy before it comes and live in the knowledge that it is already done. Everything that seemed impossible, every door that seemed closed, and every setback that made you doubt your path brought you to this point. It's time for God to step in and let you have what was always yours, because you have aligned within. The forces of the universe are coming together, moving and changing. You never lost the power. It has always been there, waiting for you to see it, claim it, and trust it. Now all you have to do is get your heart ready, not with fear or doubt, but with thankfulness. Talk like it's already yours. Walk as if you are already enjoying the blessing. Love like you are already complete. Don't wait for proof. Be the proof. People who doubt don't get the best miracles. Those who expect receive and know that God is about to do something amazing get them. Everything has been set in motion. What is meant for you cannot be stopped. When you let go of fear and accept certainty, you enter a world where the impossible becomes possible. You own it. Now watch as the miracle happens. Something is changing in the background. It is moving in ways that your eyes can't see yet, but your spirit knows. It is a knowing that is so deep and undeniable that it doesn't change, even when things don't seem to change. You can feel it in the air. You can feel that something amazing is about to happen. It is not a wish or a vague hope. It is a certainty from God. You have prayed. You have faith. Now the answer is coming to you in large amounts, not in bits and pieces or small amounts. You are on the edge of something amazing. You were never ignored, even when you whispered in the dark and waited and wanted. Every word was heard and every tear was seen. Before you even said it, God knew every wish you had, and now the manifestation is close. Forces you can't understand are working for you. You are being set up, lined up, and put exactly where you need to be. You are not being left out. You're getting ready for something that will be even better than you thought. Don't let the past tell you what you can do. Don't use what has already happened to figure out what will happen next. You haven't seen what is coming to you before. It's not doing the same thing again that you've already done. It is fresh. It is heavenly. It's bigger than anything you could have thought of. The mind will try to figure it out, but this is too much to understand. This is a time when faith must come first. Trust must come before sight, and you must act like you have already received, because everything you have is energy. Everything is a vibration, and you draw in what you align with. Your faith is the key. You can't hope for a miracle if you're afraid. You can't expect to have a lot when you talk about not having enough. You can't move forward into the new while holding on to the old. Let go of all doubt and every thought that says you aren't worthy, ready, or able right now. Those were lies and illusions that kept you stuck in a reality that doesn't help you anymore. But now you're moving on to something better, something meant to be. The chains are coming off. The past is slipping away. The door that was once locked is now wide open, not because you forced it, but because you accepted the truth that it was always meant to open for you. People are being moved in front of you. Opportunities are moving around so that they can meet you at the right time. Everything is coming together right now. The doubts that try to shake you will no longer be able to. The delays that used to bother you will now make sense. What looked like rejection was really God telling you to go in a different direction. What you thought was gone was actually a way to get ready for something better. You are not forgotten. You are not forgotten. You are at the heart of something amazing, and the powers of heaven are working to make it happen. All you have to do now is receive, be thankful, and act as if the promise has already been kept. To say words of hope and faith. How would you feel today if you knew for sure that the miracle was coming tomorrow? How would you act if you knew that everything you prayed for had already been done? You need to stay in that position, not worry or desperation, but certainty. Heaven moves when you have faith. The universe will bend to fit your belief when you stand in confidence. You were never meant to have to fight for blessings. You were never meant to go after things that are already yours. As soon as you become aware of something, life has to respond. You don't have to beg God to bless you. You have already been given the blessings. You don't have to beg for what you already have. You just have to see it, accept it, and make room for it. That's the secret. You need to make room in your mind, heart, and life. If you are still holding on to the past, there is no room for the future. You can't get what you want if you're still thinking about things that went wrong in the past. Let it go. Let go of the need to know everything. Stop thinking too much. Let go of the schedule you made up in your head. Divine timing is perfect, but it doesn't make sense to people. It moves in ways that are hard to understand, but it always does so with precision at the exact time you are ready to receive. You might not feel ready, but God knows when you are. Your mind may tell you that you need more time, more preparation, and more signs, but that's just a trick. As soon as you realize it's over, it's over. The only thing that has ever kept you from the miracle is the thought that it was separate from you. The truth is that it was never separate from you. It has always been there, waiting for you to see it, claim it, and know that it was yours all along. There will be times when the world tries to get your attention. The physical world will still show signs of the past, of what used to be, but don't let looks fool you. Things are changing in the real world. It's not happening just because you can't see it yet. The miracle may already be happening, even though the evidence hasn't shown up yet. This is where you need to build your trust. You have to have more faith in what you can't see than in what you can see. There is no way to stop what has already started. There is no force, no obstacle, and no delay that can stop what God has planned for you. The miracle is already happening. The blessing is already here. It's not far away. It's not far away. It is now here. With every breath, thought, and declaration of faith, you are stepping into this moment right now. Talk as if it has already happened. Walk as if you already have it in your hands. Be happy as if the doors have already opened. That is how you make it happen. Doubt is the only thing that could ever slow it down. But even doubt doesn't have any real power. It is just a shadow, a trick of the mind that goes away as soon as you shine the light of faith on it. You can't go back now that you've come this far. You have seen and done too much to doubt that miracles are real. They are, and they are happening for you, not just for other people or faraway places, but for you right now, right here. Don't listen to your mind when it says you're not ready. Don't let fear tell you that you're not good enough. You have already been given the blessing. Your name is on it. Your fate has already been written down. It's not a question of if. It's not a question of if, but when. And now is the time. Things are changing. Something is coming through. The wait is over. The miracle has come. You are now in a different reality, one in which everything is possible, one where faith can move mountains, one where the impossible becomes certain. There is no way to stop what has already started. It's already done. It's already yours. Just watch now as it comes to life. You are on the edge of something divine, something that is beyond what people can understand. Every time you had to wait, every time you had to fight, and every time your prayer went unanswered, it didn't mean no. It was a way to get ready. Life was setting things up so that you would be ready to fully accept the blessing when it came. You are not forgotten. You haven't been forgotten. Something has been going on behind the scenes, working together perfectly to bring you what your heart has been asking for, and now it's here. The change is happening. The big break is coming soon. The miracle is already on its way. It's not time to wonder if it will happen anymore. It's time to realize that it's already happening. The blessing is not separate from you. You are one with it. The only thing that has ever kept you from getting it is the false belief that you had to fight for it. That illusion is going away now. The old ideas that made you feel unworthy, that you had to earn God's favor, and that you had to wait forever without proof are fading away. The truth has always been easy to understand. It's over as soon as you think it is. It shows up in front of you as soon as you decide to get it. Look around you, not with your physical eyes, but with your spiritual ones. What do you see? Do you see problems, delays, or lack of resources? Or do you see the unseen forces coming together to help you? Do you see divine hands working behind the scenes to make a perfect symphony where every note plays at the right time? What you see inside yourself will show up outside of you. You need to picture yourself already walking in the blessing. You have to feel the joy of it before it comes. You have to be the victory before it is shown. That is the key. That's the key. Everything that used to hold you back is falling apart. The doubts, fears, and lies that told you you could never get past your past are losing their power. Your faith is taking you to a new level. One where miracles happen all the time and are a normal part of life. One where the unusual becomes normal. One where you don't hope for blessings anymore, but expect them to come because you believe in them. You are changing, growing, and stepping into your divine inheritance. You can't wait any longer. There is no more room for doubt. You've waited, asked questions, and wondered long enough. This is the time to claim it. It's time to walk as if you already have it in your hands. There is no power in the world that can stop you from getting what is rightfully yours. It has already been put down on paper. It is already ready. All you have to do now is get in line with it. You have nothing in your way. The problems you thought you had were never real. They were mirrors of your past beliefs, illusions meant to test your faith and make you stronger. But the illusion is gone now. You can't see clearly now. You now know that life has to respond the moment you decide to receive. Take a deep breath and notice the change. Feel the miraculous energy all around you. It is here. It's going on right now. You are entering a new world, one where blessings come easily, one where God's timing works out perfectly, one in which what once seemed impossible is now certain to happen. The miracle has already happened. The last thing to do is accept it. It's done. It belongs to you. Now you can see it happen in front of your eyes. Everything in your life is changing right now. The unseen is more real than the seen, even if you can't see it with your eyes yet. The world never had control over the foundation of your miracle. It was always in your faith, your willingness to trust, and your ability to let go of doubt and step into the certainty that what you asked for is already coming to you. You have never been apart from the promise. God has always been working for you. Not a single second of waiting was wasted. It was a divine plan that made sure the right doors would open at the right time. Feel this truth in your heart. Let it sink in deeply. Nothing is missing. There is nothing missing. The miracle is already there, finished in the unseen. It is now happening. Now it's starting to take shape. It's happening right in front of you. This is not a fantasy. This is not something that could happen far away. It is real. It's happening, and nothing can stop it from happening in your life. Everything that once seemed impossible is now bending, shifting, and lining up to make room for the promise, the people, the resources, the chances, and the unexpected breakthroughs. They are all being set up just right. You could never have put the pieces together in the way they are now. You were told to trust for that reason. That's why you were told to give up. Not because you were being denied, but because you were getting ready for something bigger than you could have imagined. Take a look inside yourself now. Do you feel the change? Do you feel the weight coming off? Do you feel like the weight of fear and doubt is going away? You are entering a new dimension, which is why. One where miracles are not only possible but also certain. One where you don't just hope for good things to happen, you expect them to happen. One where you don't have to wonder if you're good enough. You know you are. Everything that used to make you feel small is going away. The things that used to make you feel like you weren't living your dreams are losing their power over you. The old you, the one who had problems, who doubted, and who wondered if God had forgotten you, is no longer here. You are standing in the fullness of your faith. You are now walking with the knowledge that you are supported, guided, and favored by God. And because you know this, everything in your life is starting to show it. The change isn't coming. It is here. There is no break. Coming, it has come. It became real as soon as you agreed to it. This is the time when everything starts to change. This is when you stop waiting and start getting what you want. The delay was never a refusal. It was a plan from God. There will be no doubt about what is about to happen. What is about to happen will be so clear that even people who used to doubt your faith will have to see God's hand in your life. The doors that used to be closed will now open with ease. Things that seemed impossible will work out in your favor. The chances you thought you missed will come back with even more good things. Everything is coming together for your benefit, even the things that didn't seem fair, the things that broke you, the things that made you wonder if you would ever get up again. They were all important. All of them were part of the plan. You wouldn't be here ready to get what coming if it weren't for them. The pain was worth it. The struggles were not in vain. They were making you better, stronger, and more like the person who could handle the blessing that is about to come into your life. There is nothing else to do but receive now. You can only stand firm in your faith and know that it is already done. The way is clear. The way is clear. The miracle isn't coming. It's here. And now all that's left to do is say thank you, to be amazed by what has already been done for you, to see the divine plan unfold in ways that go beyond what you expected. You're ready. It's time. The promise has been kept. You have been chosen for this moment, this divine moment when everything is falling into place for the next great chapter in your life. Every step of the way, every problem, and every setback has been part of a bigger plan. You were never alone in this process. Even when it seemed like no one was talking, you were being heard and seen in every prayer, every whisper of faith, and every tear you shed. God, who is the universe, has been moving in ways you can't even imagine, getting things ready behind the scenes. Your faith has already made the way for miracle that is about to happen. You might have been wondering for years why things were taking so long. You might have doubted your own worth and your ability to get what you want. But you were never wrong to believe. You were never wrong to think that something better was meant for you. It wasn't for nothing that you waited and trusted. It was your planning. It was the time your spirit needed to grow, your faith needed to grow, and your heart needed to get in line with what was about to happen. This moment is much bigger than you. It's not only about the good things that happen to you, it's about the testimony you are about to give. What God is going to do for you isn't just for you. It's to show the world what believing in things you can't see can do. It's to show the world that when you trust the divine process and follow your higher purpose, amazing things can happen. You will be proof that what seems impossible can happen. You will be living proof that God's plan always wins, no matter what the situation looks like. All of the doubt, disbelief, and bad things that have happened to you were just practice. They were the last test before the big change. The devil wants to shake your faith so that you doubt the promise and think that God has forgotten about you. But this is the truth. God's promises are always true. They are never wrong. It is done when He talks. And now you are standing in the moment when what He said would happen to you is about to happen in a way that will blow your mind. Take a deep breath and let yourself feel the truth of this. The miracle has begun and it's already on its way. You don't have to do anything to get it. You don't have to work hard for it. You just have to deal with it. You just need to open your heart to all the good things that are coming into your life. The good things you've been asking for are not far away. They are not far away. They are right here, ready to be shown. The change in your life is already taking place. Your health, your money, your relationships, and your life in general are all about to change. Things that once seemed impossible are about to happen to you. You will remember this moment and see how everything fell into place. You will see that every problem, every letdown, and every delay was a step toward getting you to this point, and you won't be shocked when the miracle happens. You will be amazed, but you will also know that it was always meant to happen. You've held this promise in your heart for a long time, and now it's about to come true. It's time for you to have a breakthrough. Your faith has opened the door, and now you are walking into everything you've been praying for. You are entering a new season where miracles happen all the time, blessings come easily, and what seemed impossible becomes your new normal. This is your time to shine. Now is the time for you to reach your full potential. This is when all of your prayers will come true in ways you never thought possible. The key that opened the door to your miracle is your faith. Now you will live a life of plenty like never before. You are ready for it. You can handle it, no problem. It won't just change your life, though. It will have an effect on the lives of people around you. Don't question it. Don't think twice about it. There won't be a miracle tomorrow. It's already here. You are already walking in the realization of your dreams. Your faith is in line with the universe, and everything you've wished for is starting to happen. The love, the money, the success, the happiness, and the peace. You are going into it all right now. The doors are opening. God is on your side, and there are a lot of chances coming your way. This is the time for you to break through. You are ready for it. You are ready to get it. Know that waiting wasn't a punishment. It was about getting ready. It was about getting you to the point where you could get what was already yours. You are now ready to grab your miracle and see it happen in the most amazing way. What was once far away is now right in front of you. What you couldn't reach before is now right in front of you. Embrace this moment. As you stand in it, don't be afraid. Stop doubting. Stop not believing. Have faith that what God has in store for you is bigger, better, and more beautiful than you could have ever imagined. And when the miracle happens, don't be shocked. Say thank you. Say thank you. But deep down, you know this was always meant to happen. Your faith has brought you here, and now it's time for you to get everything you've asked for. Keep in mind that the divine plan doesn't have any delays. It's going exactly as it should. You are not just hearing this by chance. It is proof that your miracle is close. It means that the door is about to open and everything you've asked for is on its way. You aren't waiting for a miracle. You are living in it. You are walking in it. You are the miracle. You should believe it. Take it. It's already finished. The change has already taken place. The miracle is already happening. All you have to do now is walk into it. You are entering a time when the things you've prayed for are no longer far off dreams, but real things that are happening right in front of you. It might seem like it's been a long time, and it is true. A lot of you have felt the weight of time and how hard it is to wait, but know that the time was needed. It was a time to strengthen your faith, learn more, and get ready for the blessing that was always meant for you. You see, the delay was never a refusal. God never told you no. What you've been waiting for has been happening. Every second you waited was getting you ready to get what you wanted. But more importantly, it was getting you ready to get it in the right way, at the right time, and in the right form. The way that was made for your miracle had to be just right so that you would not only be ready to receive it, but also be able to carry it and fully enjoy it when it came. And now you're on the verge of a big breakthrough. You might not be able to see it with your physics,